Hi everyone, welcome to the channel, or welcome back if you're a returning watcher. I'm George, I'm the Good Lad Gamer, and today we're pulling Sacred Shards for Tholin Foulbeard, I think his name is. He is the fusion that's on at the moment, and it's just like any other fusion. You need to get the rares to make the epics to make Tholin. So what I'll do, guys, I'll go through his kit with you. We'll just make sure we know what we're doing, and we know who we're going for and what he's all about, and then I'll go in to pull in these Sacred Shards. So he's a good-looking guy. I mean, angry to say the least, and he's got this nice head on his back. But I guess you would be that angry if you were constantly fighting Demon Spawn. So I guess that's Tholin all over for you. What an angry guy. So on his A1, attacks all enemies. Before attacking, has a 25% chance of placing a 25% weaken debuff for 2 turns. Has a 50% chance of placing a weaken debuff for 2 turns if the target is from the Corrupted Alliance, a boss or a minion. This effect cannot be resisted by enemies from the Corrupted Alliance, bosses or minions. Grants an extra turn if a weaken debuff is placed on all enemies by this skill. So he's got an A1 that places weaken, and it's an AoE. Pretty good, actually. And then on his A2, attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit will ignore 25% of the target's defense. If the target is from the Corrupted Alliance, a boss or a minion, each hit will ignore 50% of the target's defense instead. Each hit decreases the target's attack by 5%, stacks up to 25%. Each hit also increases this champion's attack by 5%, stacks up to 50%. So he might be a big hitter. And then on his A3, attacks all enemies 2 times. Before attacking, places a 50% increased attack debuff on this champion for 2 turns. For each critical hit landed on the first hit, increases the damage dealt on the second hit by 10%. Will ignore unkillable and shield debuffs. So he might be good in arena as well. And on his passive, activates Demon Breaker, which is his A1. Every 5th turn this champion takes. Enemies from the Corrupted Alliance, bosses or minions, cannot land a critical hit on this champion. And then he's got attack for all allies in all battles by 30%. So that's Tholin Foulbeard. He's an interesting guy. I don't know if he has a place in my teams, but I'm going to go for him. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's going to be one of the best champions ever. Polarium and Raid have made quite a big deal out of him by changing up the Bastion and stuff like that. So maybe he is a game-changing champion, and I always do the Fragments of Fusions because it's what I like to do in the game. So I guess there isn't much else to say. I'm going to start pulling these Sacred Shards. It's going to be 7 Sacred Shards on each of my accounts for the Summon Rush event. We'll just take a quick look at the Summon Rush event. And we need 3,500 points for the rare and 6,100 points for the epic. You could get both the rare and the epic if you wanted to. I actually don't have enough Sacred Shards to do both, so I'm only going to be pulling for the rare. So that is 500 points for each Sacred Shard pulled, which adds up to 3,500 if we pull 7. And just before I get into pulling the shards, guys, if you enjoy my content and want to see more of it, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Subscribing makes a huge amount of difference to me, and it really shows me that I'm making content that people actually enjoy and want to see more of. So like the video, subscribe to the channel, let's get into pulling these shards. So here we are on the Kale account. We're going to be pulling 7 Sacred Shards on each of my accounts. There is a progressive chance on a legendary and an epic. And I'm going to go for this guy because he looks cool. Gratios Turndrake. I don't know if he's any good. I'm not going to go for his kit because I very rarely pull any of these champions. But what a good, cool looking champion. So I'm going to go for him and Ugo, just because you can't have enough Ugos. You can't have enough blessed enhanced Ugos. So there we go. I've made enough room for 7 Sacred Shards. So let's go. Sacred Shard number 1. And a legendary straight out of the bat. It's an epic, of course it is. And it's the Ugo. Well, alright. Not that interested in epics though. I'm only going to go through people's kits if they're legendaries, so I'll probably just be skipping any epics we get. A Woad Painted is not a champion I need to go through the kit of, so we'll move straight on from that one. And there we go, there's the legendary, and it's a Jetney the Giant. Jetney the giant. She's got a head on her back as well. Maybe there's a theme going on here. Raid Shadow Legends, maybe there's a theme. Jetney the Giant, let me make myself familiar with her kit and then I'll come back and go through it with you guys. So, Jetney the Giant, I think she was a fragment or fusion in the past. I do have her on both of my accounts, so I'm not that excited. But it's a legendary, and I love a legendary. I love a legendary. Who doesn't? So, on Jetney's A1, attacks one enemy 2 times. The first hit has a 30% chance of placing a stun debuff for 1 turn. The second hit has a 30% chance of placing a decreased defense debuff for 2 turns. On her A2, attacks all enemies, will ignore 20% of the target's defense, has a 75% chance of placing a decreased defense debuff for 2 turns. This debuff cannot be resisted if Ulsgore Crimson Horn is on the same team. Ulsgore, and then on her A3, attacks all enemies 2 times. Before attacking, places an increased crit rate buff and an increased crit damage buff on this champion for 2 turns. Grants an extra turn if the attack kills an enemy when Ulsgore Crimson Horn is on the same team. And then on her passive, inflicts 20% more damage against targets under shield debuff, will ignore shield debuffs if Ulsgore is on the same team. So that is Jetney the Giant. Welcome, Jetney the Giant. Let's move on though. Whew, we got the legendary. I got a legendary. I'll take that. It's always a double whammy for these because I always get the fusion or fragment at the end. Well, not always, but majority of the time get the fusion or fragment at the end. So it's a double whammy to get another legendary in the events. We've got a missionary there. We're going to move straight on from him. Not interested at all. And another epic is a Taurus. Moving on. Come on, game. Oh ho ho! Hello. And it's a Deliana. Again, a champion I already have, but it's the second legendary, and I love legendaries. So I'll go through Deliana's kit. I think she's a free champion. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'll go through her kit, and I'll be right back to go through it with you guys. So, Deliana, on her A1, attacks all enemies, has a 50% chance of placing a leech debuff for 2 turns. Yeah, alright. On her A2, attacks one enemy, has a 75% chance of placing a decreased resistance debuff for 2 turns. If the target is under block buffs debuff, also applies debuff spread, taking any decreased resistance debuffs on the target and placing it on all enemies. On her A3, attacks all enemies, has a 75% chance of placing a block buffs debuff on each enemy for 2 turns, heals all allies by 5% of their max HP for each block buffs debuff placed by this champion. Fills this champion's turn meter by 10% for each block buffs debuff attempt blocked or resisted by the enemy team. And on her passive effect, increases the champion's accuracy by 2 for every 1000 HP this champion has, so she's survivable. Places a 25% strengthen buff on all allies for 2 turns every time this champion HP drops below 50%. And then she has an all allies HP in all battles by 33%. So Deliana, again, I think a dupe, but welcome to the team, second Deliana. I hope you find your mates and you have a place with us. And then we'll go on, I think this is the last one. One more Sacred on the Kale account, and then we'll go to the Glek account and do exactly the same over there. Skaramus for the last guy, not interested. So what I'll do, guys, I'll go and pull the points in the Summon Rush just to show you guys. And I'm not going to have, my god game, I'm not going to have any room to pull this rare. But there we go, got the rare earned, he's sitting there. I'll save the energy ready for the Iron Golem tournament that's about to start. And I'll save the rare until I can put him in my team and make him safe. Because I have been known for accidentally using the rare as food for a fusion. So yeah, it's a bit of a dodgy one. But what I'll do, guys, I'll go onto the Galek account and we'll do exactly the same over there. So we are on the Galek account, and let's see if we can work some magic and get 2 legendaries on this account as well. That would be pretty damn good. I've got pre-selected the guys that I want to go for. I'm going for the same champions in the progressive chance just because he looks cool. and you can't have enough Ugos. So let's go. Epic, no, Sacred Shard, number 1. Come on, game. 2 legendaries, balance out the accounts. That would be real good. A Lady Annabelle, very interesting champion. Really good for solo Bommel in Doom Tower. If you're struggling with Bommel in Doom Tower hard, especially, build a Lady Annabelle. She's really good. Look up a guide on her. Changed my account. Changed my account for hard Doom Tower. I can now do every rotation of Doom Tower. And that makes me pretty happy. So Lady Annabelle, good champion. Not going to go for her kick. She's an epic. I'm only going to do that for legendaries, but she is a good champion for sure. Anna Skaramus again. Again. You're not a good champion. You don't have a place in any of my teams. We're going to move straight on. Come on, game. 2 legendaries. Come on. Come on, game. A Taurus again? Come on, game. Look at this buffering. That's a good sign, I reckon. I reckon. It wasn't a good sign. It's a Zelatar. Moving on. How is Zelatar still in this game? How is he? Is he ever been relevant? I don't think so. Occult Brawler actually has been relevant. Quite a good poisoner. If you're really struggling, don't have a poisoner and you're early on in the game. For sure, look into Occult Brawler. Moving on though, he's an epic. I'm not interested. He is good at poisons though, but I'm not interested. Ooh, Ator. Has anyone ever built any of these champions out? Like, is there a YouTuber out there that just does the random champions that no one's interested in? Because this guy, he's one of them. Moving on. Let's get this legendary. Come on, game. Come on. It's buffering. It's got a pause. It's an epic. Wicked. Cool. Balthus Drog Lord. And that was the last one, guys. No legendaries on the Galek account, but from memory, I think the Galek account did quite well in my last Shard Pool video, so maybe this is the game balancing itself out. I'm not 100% sure. I wouldn't have minded a legendary, to be honest. But there's the points. You can see them there. We're one step closer to Tholin Foulbeard. Maybe he is going to be the game-changing account. The game-changing champion that I am looking for. Because I feel like I'm just treading water in the game at the moment, guys. So maybe I need someone to switch things up and make it a bit harder for me. And that is it from me today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you enjoyed seeing some legendaries pop up on my account. I might not have been that excited, but both the legendaries that I pulled were both dupes, so I am not that impressed with that. I wouldn't mind some different champions, someone maybe a bit different. Maybe. It seems the only way you get different champions these days is by doing fragments or fusions, but what do I know? And hopefully, guys, you pulled some champions that you needed on your account, maybe some game-changing champions. Please do let me know in the comments if you pulled anyone interesting, pulled anyone that you're not sure about. Maybe I could give a little bit of advice, where to use them in the game, what they're good for. And as always, guys, if you enjoy my content and want to see more of it, like the video and subscribe to the channel. I guess that's it from me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.